As a mystic, you see how things change first in the inner. There is a law that everything that happens in life first constellates on the inner planes. For example, this movie you are doing first constellated as an idea inwardly. It was given to you as an idea. It came from somewhere within.
In the spring of 2002, I think we all had a lot on our minds, but why the idea to make an independent film? I don't know. So, since I have no idea how to make a movie, I figure I'm going to need some help.
So he lays this out on me, let's make a movie, and of course, I say yes. Yeah, and it's brilliant, just brilliant. If you're going to make a film, ask your cousin and your best friend, who has no history of filming or editing or acting or making movies at all.
If we had known back then what was going to be involved in this project, I don't think we'd have had the courage to have taken it on. And maybe that's true of a lot of life's journeys.
When we first started the project, we said we wanted no fear and no attachment. No fear of saying that, someone's not going to like it. No attachment by saying that it should be something. And the reality is that you can't really do that.
So with our camera in our hand, we head out into the world. And as I look back now, I have to question myself. Why? Why did we possibly think we would gain access to noteworthy people who would help us with this project? Why would a group of guys from Detroit with absolutely no experience in filmmaking possibly think we would be able to meet, let alone interview, some of the world's greatest priests and rabbis and imams? But they came forward. As I look at their faces now, I'm amazed. Indian yogis, masters from the East, African kings. They volunteered to help us with this project. We were joined by Catholic monks and Buddhist nuns, Native American medicine men. Great minds, cultural icons, authors, celebrated thinkers, people working at a very high level on the international stage. And they gave of themselves to us without qualifying us, without asking us who we were or what our credentials were, knowing only that our project was about oneness. And the power of that energy alone, they opened the doors and they let us in. And so I think it's important as we tell this story, as we tell the story of this movie and the story of this journey, that we honor all of that love and positive energy that these wonderful people gave to us. And I hope we can do that.
Describe what happens to a person after they die.
What is everyone afraid of?
What is heaven?
How does one obtain truth?
What stands on the way of world peace?
When is war justified?
What is it that does not allow people to live to their full potential?
What is the meaning of
Meaning of life.
Can you remember and begin to see the nebulas of our thoughts birthing atoms, molecules? This golden web of life, it is silent, it's eternal, it is shimmering. You and I, we are nothing but a tapestry of dreams,
I mean, we had to remember, we're just a couple of guys trying to make a movie in a basement in Michigan.
Yeah, we found out we couldn't do what they do in Hollywood.
So we decided to go back to the basics, and our new beginning for the film came in the form of a simple, beautiful woman, Sister Eveline, who with 3 words gave us a new start to the movie.
Growth entails healing. At this time in humanity, most people have been hurt fairly seriously in the growth process. And unless they do their healing and work through this negativity, they will never become totally who they are.
You need any help today?
All set.
Most people have been hurt very seriously.
A child was abducted yesterday from a West Side playground. This is the third such incident in the area in the past 2 months. 3 people are reported dead as the result of an early morning shooting spree outside a downtown bar. Police are holding 2 men in custody. The Ambassador Bridge has reopened after what officials describe as a credible terrorist threat. Details following this report from Washington.
You're listening to the Bob Duco Show on 103.5 FM, WMUZ The Light. Fearlessly defending the faith with you as always.
A little bit of a departure from our regular Free-for-All Friday. This is where we're giving you folks a chance to participate in this documentary that's being put together.
The first interview that we did was about 5 weeks after we had gotten the camera in the mail, and it was at a Christian radio station. It was on a Christian radio talk show, the Bob Duco Show, and he actually put us on the air.
Where several questions are being asked from a lot of different people from a lot of different cultures. They're going to be asking these questions
Of the Hindus and the Buddhists and the Muslims and the atheists and the Hare Krishnas and everybody else. And they're also asking them of the Christians. And guess what? They're going to be asking me a bunch of these questions in an interview after the show. But in the meantime, we're throwing out some of the questions to you and giving you a chance to participate with some of your thoughts on this.
So, the question on the table right now, if you were granted one wish, what would that one wish be? Let's get the Christian perspective on that. If you're granted one wish, what would that wish be?
Off to the phones we go. We'll start with Rod in Belleville. Rod, hi, you're on the Bob Duco Show.
Hi, Bob. I listen to your show, and I really enjoy it.
Thanks, Rod.
The one wish I have, and I'm a pastor in the Belleville area, is that everybody would come to know Jesus Christ as their personal Savior. That's it.
You know, that's the big kahuna, right? Everybody in the world, all 6 billion people, boom, let's go, get on your knees, right?
Would that be a wonderful, wonderful thing?
What an incredible thing that would be.
2 days later was our next stop. It was the summer solstice picnic of the Michigan chapter of the American Atheists.
God is make-believe. God is fairy tales for adults. God is a belief system that is not credible, has no evidence. God is just something that is made up so that people can deny the truth of death.
We had just learned lesson number 1. Oneness is not about being the same. It looked like things might get a little confusing.
The all-encompassing smile gently says, God loves you. Oh, why smile? You don't even know me.
Well, I don't want to sound so eccentric, but to be very, very honest with you, again, I have to realize that Jesus Christ is life. In St. John, the 14th chapter, he stated in the verse 6, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father except by me.
There is no sort of God.
This is the only way.
I grew up Catholic, and if my school sees this, I'm fired because I teach in a Catholic school, but I don't believe in God per se. I believe in the kind of beautiful goodness.
Joke that